Hey everybody! This episode of Game On is brought to you by the letter O, as in oh snap, we've come back! And back in the day, you may have heard this voice talking in the background about video games and seeing some horrible games like Super Troll Island. And that actually happened to be me. That was my voice you were hearing. And now I'm here, in the flesh, in whatever, I think we're in Mario 3. Anyway, we have some stuff for you today. We have some old news from the Game Developers Conference, plus some new things. We also went to PAX East a few weeks ago, so we have some interviews to show you there. We also have a look at Perfect Dark for the Xbox 360, and I don't mean the one that sucked. And we also have some look at Monster Hunter Tri Demo from GameStop. This is Game On. Hey, welcome to Game On. I'm your player 1, A to the L to the E to the X with some W in there, Alex Wanshura. And player 2 is, there he is.
T to the O to the N and the Y. You kind of just took my whole thing.
Oh, that was what you were doing?
That was my thing.
That was your thing.
You know what? I'll be back.
Okay. All right. That's the bad one. He's Luigi. He just kind of sits in the, yeah. Anyway. We got some game news for you right now. Unfortunately, it's a bit old. It's about the Game Developers Conference. And so we'll get right into that right now. Transition! Wasn't that a cool transition? I know it was because I edited it. Anyway. Last month, a whole bunch of game developers came together in Las Vegas called the Game Developers Conference. There, developers talked about the troubles of developing games and the future of the gaming industry. And not only that, but they also showed off a lot of new games, especially Sony, who was the head of the whole thing. Sony ran the keynote this year, and with that, they sure had news to tell. Sony has announced the PlayStation Move, a controller that senses motion using the PlayStation Eye accessory. It contains a glowing orb on the top of a single one-handed controller. This orb changes colors depending on usage and the area it is in to allow for the highest precision. The Move controller has 5 face buttons, a trigger, and a home button, but for all other buttons and such, players can purchase a sub-controller to fill the gap. Seriously, this is totally Wii inspired, but enough chat. What about the games?
Because real boxers don't hit like this.
The Shoot is a railgun shooter that uses the Move's orb as a pointer. Different movements cause specials to be unleashed. There are 3 areas announced thus far: sci-fi, horror, and western worlds. Sports Champions is akin to Wii Sports Resort in that it offers sword fighting, archery, and ping pong, except the game boasts a more realistic approach to the games. TV Superstars lets players put their faces in the game and participate in motion-based minigames, as one can expect in being a TV star. Motion Fighter uses 2 Move controllers, one for each hand, as users throw punches to face off in a street brawler with a gritty twist. Move Party is essentially an iToy game using the Move controller to represent objects through which to complete minigames. Other games currently listed to use the Move controller as an option include Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, SOCOM 4, Ape Escape, iPet, and Little Big Planet. The price for the controller in a bundle will range to around $100, complete with a demo disc for your moving pleasure. We'll know more at this year's E3, as well as more about Microsoft's motion project, Natal. All we need is good software, guys. Let's see if they deliver.
You said it would feel that good, and it...
At GDC, independent developers also gathered to demonstrate how awesome indie games can be. In fact, the Independent Games Festival meets at the same time to provide prizes for independent games which demonstrate great and unique gameplay aspects to the industry. Winners of past years include Braid and World of Goo, both massive successes in the video game field. In fact, these people are part of the Indie Fund, a newly formed fund which will finance the production of independent games in the future. This year's grand prize winner is Monaco, an overhead stealth title in which up to 4 players select particular roles in a heist. As players move around the screen, their view changes so that they can only perceive what is going on around them. Guards can see footprints left recently, and seeing as they are armed while you aren't, getting caught is not an option, unless that option is to die. Each role has a special ability, and while each role can complete a heist alone, teamwork is what has really made this game worthwhile. For more information, check out the preview by Bytejacker and Monaco's website, monacoismine.com. We'll be having a closer look at the rest of the IGF winners and finalists in the future, but for now, I think we've sated your thirst thus far. Finally, the next game in the Deus Ex series, Deus Ex Human Revolution, had a teaser trailer at GDC, with the promise of more at E3 this upcoming June. I won't say much more, just watch and enjoy.
I never asked for this. If you want to make enemies, try to change something.
So that's the Game Developers Conference. And I know it's a bit old, but you know, that's how we have to go with...
This is old news. What about the new stuff?
I just told them that.
They want to see new stuff.
All right. They want to hear new stuff. Well, I'll let you know. Nintendo, in a recent press announcement, announced that they were going to show off their next handheld device at this next Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Another one?
Yes, I know the XL just came out, but it's called...
Spent a lot of money.
But it's called the Nintendo 3DS, tentatively. It'll allow you to be backwards compatible with the previous two DS systems, the DS and DSi. But this one will have a new feature, the ability to see the games in full 3D. Take that, Avatar. Without glasses.
Got a one up.
Anyway, there's also rumors that it'll have an accelerometer and have GameCube-like graphics, but you can only take these things with a pitcher of salt. Oh, another thing. Metal Gear Solid fans will know that there's quite a few new things being tossed about for the new game for the PSP. This guy is freaking me out. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker will apparently have items from the real world. I mean Doritos and Axe. There'll be power-ups and items in this game that you would never expect in a Metal Gear Solid game. On top of that, Monster Hunter characters will be in the game as well. In special missions, you'll even be fighting the giant dinosaur creatures that you fight in Monster Hunter.
What? I mean, I can understand the robots and the mechs and stuff, but dinosaurs?
Well, they did it before with Ape Escape. It's not like a major problem there. Man, the time keeps walking in and out like this, it's like a revolving door.